quarantine, the absolute most peak life. Like you could be here, COVID-19, thank you so much. Like the entire world would collectively agree to put life on pause, sit in sweatpants or pajama pants, drink Monster Energy or Red Bull, watch YouTube, and play this exact video game, Among Us. I don't have anything to put like on Among Us. It's a good game, and I see why people would play that. I played it myself. It was absolutely peak. It was absolutely peak because it taught you how to like not trust strangers and all that, and be a detective. But like what? That was all peak. And the only bad part about that part is like, this people died, yeah, and the hospitals were at overcapacity. That's the only bad thing. It's like so many people were getting sick. Nobody knew um how to like cure it. The hospitals were at overcapacity, and then that's how why people died because of the sickness, couldn't get treated, and well, basically they were cooked at that. They're cooked because of that. Because remember, they were at the bottom of a huge wait list for people who needed to get treated, and that was not good. That's why people died. However, for about 3 weeks, the internet was a perfect utopia. Hello? Okay, yeah. Perfect utopia, Everyone was happy, You see? Smiley face? Everyone was happy. Everyone was happy. Until this only annoying interface came along and entered the chat. Yup. This single layout completely ruined the only good part about quarantine for us teenagers, for us people who were in school. Because if you had a job, you're like already at 28, you would still have to work. Just work remotely. But this was the only thing that was absolutely the worst. And then the company or the app software, Zoom. Zoom was, oh my god. I would genuinely prefer Microsoft Teams or even Google Meet. Yes, Google Meet is way better than Zoom. Microsoft Teams, S tier, Google Meet, B tier, and then this one is absolute F tier, man. The times I was at in the Zoom call, it was so bad. Like Zoom was so bad. It was so laggy. It was so underdeveloped. It was way out of its time in the negative way. Because what do you mean a lawyer, a professional lawyer? Which I'm sure you guys remember this. What do you mean a professional lawyer? Can't figure out a simple Zoom camera thingy with a background. Like that's how bad it was. We really forced society to transition to digital meanings overnight. And the results were this. Absolute disaster. Like, just tell me. I don't know if you guys remember this, but look at this. It's a literal legal court proceeding. And this poor lawyer, this poor man, is trapped as a pixelated kitten because of Zoom's bad layout, UI. He literally has to say out loud to a federal judge, and he's a lawyer. He went to law school. I am here live. I am not a cat. Just imagine, man. Just imagine this. Imagine this in the future. You would get absolutely flamed. This was the worst. However, our students, well, not really me, but the students were a little smarter, but like not very with much integrity, I guess. They weren't doing any better. So these students, as you're seeing right here, okay, this is just a stock photo. These, so students themselves, guess what they did? They made 5-second clips of them just nodding, yeah, as if they were understanding the lesson the teacher was giving, which I mean, all right. And then they set it as a virtual background, and they went back to sleep. So they took a video of themselves being happy and all, so they could go back here. And yeah, that's not really good. I mean, the teachers wanted you to learn math. I think it was like high school or not. I think it was high school. That high school students that did this, not me, obviously. But oh my god, they did not even learn math in 2020. I don't even think they did. They probably learned to like just not really beat the system, but used technology as their advantage instead of as a setback. You know, because I mean, Zoom was a setback, not that, but all right, whatever. However, nothing, and I mean absolutely nothing, compared to the sheer psychological torture of being into a Zoom breakout room.
Oh my god, bro.
My
Hell no, man. What?
The teacher would drop 4 random people into a private lobby to discuss the assignment. You would join, and guess what? The room would be an absolute graveyard. Those breakout rooms were obsolete. Like, man, they were obsolete. They did not work for anything. And you just stare at 4 black rectangles in complete silence, in agonizing silence, for 4 15-minute periods. So, an hour. And guess what? Nobody had their camera on, nobody on mute. So it's even worse, man. And then guess what? If you were the brave person who tried to say, so, what question are we on? You were met with a silence so heavy you could hear 13 flies from Germany and you would be in Australia. That was so bad. But I mean, hey, we survived a literal global lockdown. Our main takeaway was an absolute glitchy tech chaos, technological chaos. Zoom, aka Zoom. If you survived a 2020 online breakout room, you deserve the President's Freedom Medal or something. You deserve a trophy at least. Drop a comment, tell me your worst Zoom horror story so I can feel better about mine. Hit subscribe if you promise yourself not to laugh at this video or try not to relate to this video, and I'll see you in the next one.